Hi there, it's me, Teacher Mike from PhuketPals.org. Welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to be talking about spicing up your writing with simple sentences. So, we're moving into the grammatical range and accuracy component of the course. Grammatical range and accuracy is one of the 4 band descriptors that the examiner will use to mark your IELTS essay task 2. It's worth 25%, so it's good to listen up for this, okay? Grammatical range means the variety of sentences that you use in your essay. So do you use the same structure again and again repetitively, or do you mix it all up in your essay and use a variety of different sentence types and structures? That's what you need to do, okay? Grammatical accuracy is just your grammar itself. Do you use verb tenses correctly? Subject-verb agreement, punctuation, apostrophes, and all of that grammatical stuff that we can, you know what it is, and we'll kind of do more work on it at a later time. Now, spicing up your writing with simple sentences may sound like child's play to you, but I can tell you, I've had students who come to study with me who are on a band 7.5 or an 8, and we go through their writing, and maybe they only use 2 or even 1 of these types of simple sentences. Maybe they use a subject-verb sentence, then they use that with a compound sentence and maybe with a complex sentence as well, which is good enough, but you can get so much, you can get so many different combinations and add so much spice and variety to your writing, even by mixing up your simple sentences quite a lot in your essay, okay? Now, the analogy I want to use is making a wonderful salad for your friends who are coming from all around the world. You haven't seen them for years. They're coming to your house because they've heard about it's a reunion, okay? You haven't seen them in 10 years, but they're coming and you've told them about this amazing salad you're going to make. Now, what will happen if you only put in tomatoes into your salad and you hand it to your friends? What will they think? They'll think, boring. What was all this talk about an amazing salad? You're boring. What is this? Who is this fraud? Who's this prankster? Okay, well that's like only using a subject-verb sentence in your IELTS Writing Task 2 essay. Your essay will be dull, it'll be boring, and it'll be just something you don't want to get involved with, okay? But then think about this, you throw in some lettuce, some tomatoes, and maybe even some sauce on top. This would be like using a subject-verb sentence, subject-verb-verb, and maybe even subject-subject-verb, simple sentences in your essay. Okay, so suddenly your salad's getting more interesting. Suddenly it is beginning to spice up. Okay, you got some chili powder in there perhaps, and things are starting to heat up. The essay's becoming more, the sentence structure's becoming more complex, more interesting to read, etc. So the more different types of sentence structure we add, just like the more we add to our salad, the more interesting it becomes. Okay, the spicier it becomes, the more delicious it becomes, okay? You get the analogy here. You have to add variety to get the points, okay? So let's go through the different types of simple sentence. There are 4 different types. 1, subject and a verb. 2, subject, verb, verb. 3, subject, subject, verb. And number 4, subject, subject, verb, and a verb, okay? So let's look then. Subject and a verb. Globalization affects our world in numerous ways. Globalization affects our world in numerous ways, okay? Globalization being the subject, affect being the verb. Please note, one of the most common mistakes, I think, in writing at all levels, even up university plus, even in the workplace, is this one here, okay? When it's a verb, it's an A, okay? When it's a noun, it's an E, okay? So the verb is always an A. Globalization, verb, affect, so not an E, okay? Subject, verb, verb here. What you can see here is called a compound verb. 2 verbs together, so subject and 2 verbs together. Globalization affects our world in numerous ways and is a subject of fascination for economists, okay? Globalization affects our world in numerous ways and is a subject of fascination for economists. Again, when you have a compound verb or a compound subject, as we have here, the word and must separate the 2, okay? And we have the verb then after and. You can see it's subject, verb, and and then verb again. Subject, subject, verb. Okay. Here, sorry, subject, verb, and verb. Okay, subject, verb, verb. Apologies. Then we have a compound subject here. So economists and political scientists analyze global economic data to find trends. Economists and political scientists analyze global economic data to find trends. Okay, so we have a subject, then we have it's our compound subject here, so and in between, second subject, political scientists, then our lovely verb here, and then the rest of the sentence. Okay, so that's a subject, subject, verb sentence. Okay, simple sentence. The last of the four, the most difficult to write and the most complex to write, contains a compound subject and a compound verb, but definitely worth practicing these because you can add, you can give yourself nice sentence structure points, nice range points in the IELTS task with this one. Economists and political scientists analyze global economic data to find trends and record their findings in economic journals. Economists and political scientists analyze global economic data to find trends and record their findings in academic journals. Okay, so subject, compound subject with and. Okay, economist, political scientist, verb, analyze here. We have an and again in between the two verbs. And record is our second verb there. And then we finish it off. Okay, so they're the four types of simple sentence. And yeah, you need to play with these at home. You need to set yourself targets, because we've talked about the different areas that come up, the most common areas in IELTS Writing Task 2. You need to set yourself challenges, okay? So let's say you've gone through a BBC article and you've picked out all your collocations and vocab. Well, for practice, for sentence structure practice, you should be setting yourself SV, SVV, SSV, SSVV in your notebook or on your computer or whatever, and you should be trying to write sentences using your new vocab, but also practicing these different sentence varieties, these different sentence structures. This does not come easily, and if you want to do it well, this is super important. Next video will be going on to the next sentence type, but unless you can write these really, really well and solidly every single time, there's no point going on to the next bit. So practice, practice, practice with these, and yeah, good luck. It's me, Teacher Mike from PhuketPals.org. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.